what is good, Jake Squad? Jake Squad is back here with another freaking video. And today I brought my friend Felipe here.
What's up?
You might remember him from the basketball vlog and the prank goes wrong, boy gets beat up by a girl video. And today we're just gonna sit and we're gonna talk about stuff we like. So we're gonna start off with Marvel because we both like Marvel. So how do you think they're gonna introduce Venom into like the Spider-Man Sony thing?
I think either Eddie Brock is because at the ending of Venom, Eddie Brock still had Venom, and Venom was still part of him, and his girlfriend didn't want him to like have Venom. So either like she's gonna find out and he doesn't want to like get rid of it, so he's gonna like leave.
Yeah.
And he's gonna go to like where Spider-Man lives, San Francisco, I think.
No, it's New York.
New York, right? Yeah. Alright, so and then so like Eddie Brock will be there, right? And then Carnage will come to New York, and the Venom 2 will take place in New York. And then Spider-Man 3 will be like kind of like the aftermath of what happens in Venom 2, and then maybe like Spider-Man will see Venom as a threat as well. So it'll be Spider-Man versus Venom versus Carnage.
Well, one of our close friends, AJ, me and him were talking about that, and he asked me, how do you think they're gonna introduce Carnage?
Oh yeah.
And I did this idea. I was just spitballing where I said, you know how Eddie Brock's a journalist, right? So maybe one day he's doing like journalist stuff, and or maybe since Venom's doing this whole anti-hero thing, right? Maybe like one day something bad happens, and Venom comes out and starts beating or killing the bad guys or eating them. And then someone catches it on recording or something, and they frame him for all the stuff that the other guys did, you know? So he goes to jail, and since they think he's like crazy and like really crazy since Venom came out, and since everyone already knows he's Venom, they put Eddie Brock in a cell with Cletus Cassidy, and then
Carnage.
Yeah, Carnage, Cletus Cassidy, Carnage, and then he said, how would the symbiote mixed with Cletus Cassidy, Carnage? And I said, well, this is just spitballing, but maybe he like sneaks in a knife or something and tries to like stab him, and then Eddie Brock just punches him in the nose or something, and then maybe a piece of Venom falls off, and then it mixes and he becomes Carnage or something like that. I was just spitballing.
Well, Carnage is an offspring of Venom.
Yeah, so that would work, but alright, so where do you...
That would mean that so when Eddie Brock is arrested, would Eddie Brock still have Venom inside of him, or not? Because if any bit of Venom would be inside of Eddie Brock, then Eddie Brock would still have like super strength or something he could just bring out himself.
True. And like I said, we were just spitballing, but so so we already know from Far From Home, and now we are in a post Tony Stark world. How do you think like Marvel movies are gonna like work without Tony Stark and the Avengers?
I think Marvel is gonna try to push some of their other heroes other than the main Avengers. So they're gonna try to push like Black Panthers coming out.
More Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, more Spider-Man movies. Hopefully
they're good because of the whole Sony thing.
Yeah, I don't want to see no Amazing Spider-Man Andrew Garfield shit.
Oh no, those were terrible. The first one was decent.
The first one was tolerable.
It was decent, and then the second one was just like horse shit. I'd rather watch Spider-Man 3 again.
Yeah, so I think either Marvel is going to try to push like all of their superheroes that they're introducing more. Hopefully like Scarlet Witch, Vision, Doctor Strange. You know, some like the strong heroes that aren't a part of the main Avengers. Yeah. Or maybe they can make like how Sony did with the Spider-Man to Spider-Verse, which I know you haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Like, I know stuff about it.
Into like different universes where like Tony Stark might still be alive, then they can find a way to like maybe either bring him back, or they like justify like why he died because in Endgame Iron Man already had made the perfect suit, and he still wasn't strong enough to survive the snap of the Infinity Gauntlet.
Alright, so I totally agree. And what's it called? If we're doing this whole multiverse thing, maybe we could do like, from what I heard, like they did in the Into Spider-Verse, and introduce more Spider-Man, like maybe the Scarlet Spider,
Yeah.
Ben Riley,
Yep.
or maybe hey, throw in some comedy.
Spider-Ham.
Spider-Ham, there you go. Like, I think that would be funny to see
Yeah.
Spider-Ham live action.
Yeah.
That would be. Give us a solo film.
Spider-Ham live action, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be hella funny. Okay, so let's talk about Marvel's less successful counterpart, DC. So the DCEU hasn't been going great so far. We had Suicide Squad. And
I call it. I say that Suicide Squad, although it got a lot of hate, I enjoyed it personally.
Yeah.
The reason I think it got all that hate was because the Joker was shit.
Yeah.
And his opinion is it's not that bad. I completely disagree with that. I think that Joker is shit.
Yeah, and everybody who watched my video knows that I didn't think that Jared Leto's Joker was that bad, but that's just my opinion. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. I don't give a shit. But anyway, so the DCEU movies don't have a lot of movies like the MCU. So from what I know, the DCEU movies consist of Suicide Squad, Batman
movies,
Batman vs Superman, Aquaman, Justice League. Jeez, I should just do a video alone on Justice League, or maybe we might talk about that. Maybe.
I didn't like it though.
I thought
it was shit.
I thought it was horse shit.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that more later. And then Wonder Woman, which was pretty good.
That was a really good film, actually. I like that movie.
Yeah. You know you were thinking the same thing.
No, PG-13.
Yeah, PG-13. Shit, my channel is nowhere near PG-13.
No shit.
So now, this is how, in my opinion, this is how I've seen most of them. So I thought Suicide Squad was better than people say it was.
Yeah.
It's okay. It has a lot of flaws.
Yes.
Wonder Woman, I thought was a great movie.
It was a great movie.
I thought it was great.
I like that one.
Batman vs Superman was. I didn't hate it. Okay.
I hated it.
I thought it was.
I can't change my mind. I hated it.
Okay, maybe I won't be able to change your mind, but I said I think it was okay. It was tolerable.
Was it?
And then we had Aquaman, which I have not seen.
Yeah, me neither.
And then and unfortunately, I had the privilege of watching Justice League, which was horseshit.
I watched it too, and I was also kind of upset that they didn't use the actor from the show The Flash for the actual movie.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying too. And I mean, at least it's not as bad as that Green Lantern movie.
I didn't watch it. No, I'm not watching it.
It's horrible.
I'm not gonna watch it.
So, all right, so they're making a new Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, and let me just ask. This is like an interview kind of. I'm gonna ask you, what do you think about the Joaquin Phoenix Joker?
I think the Joker looks like shit, and you disagree with me.
I do,
and I know that.
Yeah, but we wouldn't be friends if we didn't disagree with each other. So
what I'm saying is, the new Joker looks like shit. That's pretty much it. It just looks bad.
Well,
like I feel like the storyline would be better if they had a better Joker.
Yeah.
I just don't think the Joker.
It's funny because I think I told you I just did a video not that long ago talking about why I think it was gonna succeed. But
yeah, you told me.
But okay, now this one we actually probably are gonna agree on. What did you think about the casting of Robert Pattinson as Batman?
Robert Pattinson's the one from Twilight, right?
Yeah, he's
no,
Edward.
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah, I think it's a shit casting.
I think just because he looks masculine, the DC thought that maybe he'd make a good Batman. I completely disagree with that.
I mean, he could probably make a passable Bruce Wayne, but I don't think Batman.
Yeah, no.
I don't think he's. When I see Robert Pattinson,
I think White Vampire, because unfortunately I have seen the first of the Twilight movies.
Well,
it's terrible.
Well, I feel bad for you because you had the unfortunate to see those movies, but
yeah, sadly.
Twilight is one of the few movies I refuse to watch.
Yeah.
That and 50 Shades of Grey, which is, from what I heard, is basically softcore porn.
Yeah.
But I'm not watching that. I refuse to watch Twilight. But when you think of the comics, Batman is an old. Mm-hmm. Well, most of the time he's an old depressed, alcoholic,
no family, no
alcoholic, old man that doesn't trust anybody because he's gone through so much. The death of his adopted son. What's his name?
The death of his parents.
The death of his parents. The death of his adopted son. Barbara Gordon being paralyzed by the Joker, and she becomes Oracle, and then like, so. But I don't really think that he can be good in this movie.
I don't think he is like from what he's known for. I don't think it's a good idea to go from a vampire who likes to have sex with a half vampire, half human. Yeah, I said it. Yeah.
That's how the movie goes, right?
Yeah. To Batman being
to watch it.
Yeah. To Batman, who is like, he's like an older man. He's rich. He's depressed. He has no family, no friends. You know, he finds like.
He has the Bat family. Yeah, they're like his family.
Yeah, like his family, but not really his family, and they're not really his friends either. I wouldn't say they're more like
partners.
Partners, I'd say, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
and one of the things that makes him so depressed is that he can't keep the people he sees as family away from danger.
Yeah, because if he shows them his identity, then they'll know and then they'll be put into danger. But if he keeps his identity,
well, the Bat family, which consists of his Nightwing,
Robin,
whoever his Robin is.
What the fuck is this?
Oh shit!
Joshua!
All right, so we took a little break, so we're back. So what were we talking about?
Man, I don't remember.
I don't remember. All right, so we were talking about why we think Edward Vampire Boy isn't going to be a good Batman.
Yeah, well, as you heard, I don't think his character, from what he's known for, being like a vampire, to him going in as the role of Batman, who when I was little, I grew up watching the Batman films, you know, seeing a lot about Batman, collecting like figures and stuff.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah, I love those movies.
The best.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger's
best Joker ever. Yeah, in my opinion, you can't change that opinion. I think it's a fact.
It is. I agree.
Yeah.
I do agree. The fact that he put so much into the role, and he passed away and didn't even get to like enjoy the fame was really sad. Yeah. And I mean, Joaquin Phoenix might become a good Joker. I'm not saying he will be, but he won't. Nobody will ever become Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah, nobody.
Especially not Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. Yeah, what are you talking about, bro? Jared Leto's the best Joker ever.
Oh yeah, Mister.
That's funny. I love his laugh. It's fucking stupid. He's like,
I think it's dumb how he has the fucking hand written on his.
Yeah.
I mean, the fucking mouth written on his hand.
The smiley face. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's it called? What do you think? So, with casting aside, do you think the new Batman movie will succeed?
I think it'll be.
Keep talking. I'm gonna fix the camera. Go ahead.
Alright, so I think it'll be a decent film. I think it will succeed because everyone will want to see if what's his name?
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, that guy. If he will be a good Batman, or if he will like kind of flop. So I feel like people or like critics would like try to pay to see like if he portrays the role like really really well, and like if he doesn't, that's me.
Are you?
I'll be back.
Go ahead. All right, so Felipe is gonna step out real quick. I'm gonna talk to you about now. If you want to know my full opinion on the Robert Pattinson Batman, you can just go watch my video on it. And I just really want to say that I don't think it's gonna. I think the movie might be decent, but nothing's gonna compare to like the Dark Knight trilogy, which was so good, and I watched as a kid. It was like 2008. I was born 2003. I'm 15 right now, and it was so influential, you know, because you had Christian Bale as Batman, you had Heath Ledger as the Joker. The Dark Knight was amazing. Batman Begins, the first one, was really good. It had Ra's al Ghul and everything, and then the third one had Tom Hardy as Bane, and I thought it was really good. Oh, I was just telling everybody how influential the Dark Knight movies were to me as a kid because I'm 15 now,
Mm-hmm.
as you know. The first one, Batman Begins. No, The Dark Knight.
Yeah, Dark Knight.
Batman Begins came out first, but The Dark Knight came out in 2008. I was only like 8 years old.
I was 4.
I was like
You
in
were
2000
5.
in
I was born
2008.
2004.
I was doing 2003.
Yeah, so you'd be 5.
Oh, I was 5 years old, and I was like, "This is awesome."
Yeah.
Well, and then I'll be honest, as a kid, I wasn't really into Batman, but The Dark Knight got me to like Batman, and I was like, "Wow, this is awesome." And then when I saw Heath Ledger's Joker, I was like, "Wow, this was great." At the time, I didn't think greatest of all time, but once I got older, I'm just like, I rewatched it. I was like, "This guy is the best." And then when I saw Jared Leto's Joker, I was like, well, that just happened, and it was terrible. It was okay, and it kind of ruined my childhood. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so the DC and Marvel movies helped me like when I was little, and like still to this day, like sometimes like I'm just like not in a good mood.
Yeah.
I just like watch Marvel or DC.
Yeah, just watch
It always helps me get through like tough times. Stuff
Yeah,
like that.
like I remember there was a time where I'm just like I wasn't doing all that good. I was just like I was having like shit days. I just threw on the original Spider-Man trilogy
Yeah.
with Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire's the best Spider-Man ever.
Yeah, of course, I agree.
Second goes Tom Holland.
And then the third goes to Spider-Man PS4.
I love how you don't mention Andrew Garfield. Yeah,
Well, I guess he
does
goes
that.
at 4.
I know. I guess he goes on like a million. You know, he's, my opinion.
But what's it called? Tobey Maguire. I watched them all. I watched the first one with Green Goblin. I thought Willem Dafoe did amazing as a Green Goblin. I did watch the second one with Dr. Octopus. I thought the second one is still one of the best movies of all
I
time.
think the second one's the best Spider-Man movie.
I think
of
so
all
too.
time.
And then we have Spider-Man 3, which isn't as bad as I remembered it to be.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay, and yeah, it had flaws, but it was okay. It fit well with the trilogy, I guess. And then when I told you this earlier. I've seen, with the exception of Far From Home, because I haven't seen it yet. I've seen
and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
and Into the Spider. No, I'm talking about live action.
Right. Yeah.
I've seen them all. I've seen the original trilogy.
Same.
I've seen the Andrew Garfield movies, and I've
Sadly.
I've seen the Homecoming, and I thought Homecoming was really good.
Yeah, I like Homecoming.
I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
Yeah, definitely second best Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's been in more movies than Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man though, because Tom Holland. He was in Civil War.
He was in Civil War. He was in Infinity War.
Yeah.
Endgame.
Endgame,
He was in-
Homecoming.
yeah, Homecoming.
Far From Home. 5 movies.
Yeah, and Tobey Maguire was in the original 3 Spider-Mans.
Yeah, but it still holds up very well.
Yeah, it still holds up. His
And then-
reputation as Spider-Man is still really high up there, and in my opinion, best Spider-Man.
Yeah, if I could do a quick top 5 list, it's Tobey Maguire, top dog, and then there's Tom Holland, Spider-Man PS4, because that Spider-Man is really good. It really goes with the comics a lot. Yeah, if you ever do get a PS4, pay attention, watch the cutscenes, pay attention to the story. The story's actually really good. And then I guess number 4 you know what? He's going at number 5, Andrew Garfield, because I heard that Spider-Man from Into the Spider-Verse was Miles Morales was pretty good. He's in the PS4 game. He's just not
This is
Spider-Man.
my 5 list. My 5 is number 1, Tobey Maguire,
Of course.
Tom Holland, Miles Morales. I don't have the PS4 game, so I guess 4 would be something, not Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. Because I don't have a PS4 game.
I'm telling you, if you ever do get PS4, you have to play it. It's really awesome. And then, okay, so we're gonna touch on a topic. Where do you think the Amazing Spider-Man movies went wrong?
I think they went wrong with the shitty ass scripts that they gave Andrew Garfield. I think Andrew Garfield and the way that they went with Spider-Man would have been an exceptional, maybe like would have been like more successful as like maybe Spider-Man 3, because I still think I know that's like a meh film, But I feel like the Amazing Spider-Man movies, none of them are even as good as that. Because
Yeah.
they're just that bad.
I feel like.
So I feel like
go
it,
ahead.
yeah. So I feel like what's it called? I feel like if they gave him like a better script, they did like something else with him. Maybe they didn't make like that scene where like Flash kicked his ass because he didn't take a picture. I think it would have been better if Flash picked up Peter and did that to him instead of making Peter take a picture.
I feel like the reason, Peter Parker, like, don't get me wrong, he was, I guess, kind of bullied in that movie, but I feel like the reason why he wasn't the one getting his head smashed in like spaghetti or something is because I feel like Andrew Garfield is like too tall, and because he's in real life he's actually a little bit taller than Flash, the dude who played Flash. I feel like he's too tall, and
Yeah, Barry Allen,
yeah. Who's Barry Allen?
The Flash retard.
I just kidding.
I know.
And then I was
No,
like,
you were kidding. You
No, I was
retard.
kidding.
Oh, you retard.
Yeah, fuck you. Dude.
Obviously, you talked about Spider-Man. You're talking about Flash as in the character, not in the superhero.
Yeah. And so when I think he's too tall, and I bet he was like, you know what, I'm too good looking to get fucking smushed on my face and just like make that loser kid do it. And that was another thing I had a problem with. I feel like they were going less for nerdy
And more for like a
Male
popular,
model.
Yeah, male model.
like fucking don't get me wrong, like I was kinda happy that he fucking got confidence in that movie.
Yeah.
Only because like especially in the second one in the Tobey Maguire movies, people just shit all over him. I mean, Mary Jane shits on him, Aunt May shits on him, Harry Osborn slaps the shit out of him a couple times. So I'm kinda happy that they gave him confidence in this movie, but they kinda made him kinda too cool, you know?
Yeah.
Because the whole premise of Spider-Man is he's this nerdy kid.
Yeah, a nerdy kid who has a super identity where he's like a super cool guy and everyone like looks up to him.
Yeah, but
And then like in school, you know, he's like super like sad because he can't show that he's actually Spider-Man.
he has to like
So he has
play
to-
a double part.
Yeah. And I feel like that's what's so great about Spider-Man is that in the story from like the original one is he's more like a nerdy kid who is like really, really awesome. He's Spider-Man, and then he goes to his normal life and he has to hide all that from everyone, and everyone shits on him because they think that he's just a nerd.
Yeah,
But
but
he doesn't
then-
hang out with no one, so he has like no friends.
But then you go to the Amazing Spider-Man, and this
Yeah.
guy's talking to girls.
Yeah,
he's
he's
he's skateboarding through the freaking hallway.
Yeah.
He keeps doing these like male expression where he's just like, I'm just like,
Show the camera that face.
What?
Show the camera that face.
all right, hold on, just like, and I'm just like, wow, that was cringe. I'm gonna promise myself I'll never do that again.
Why you lying?
And I'm like, yeah, this isn't my Spider-Man. Like, I have a definitive thing of how I see my Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire is my definition of Spider-Man. Tom Holland is my Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield is not my Spider-Man
Yeah.
because he focused. I feel like another thing is it was a shit script and they made him focus more on jokes than saving people.
Yeah.
And especially in the second one, because for everybody who hasn't seen it, I'm gonna give a little spoiler. In the beginning, they're having this whole graduation thing, but Spider-Man is going late because, you know, he's Spider-Man, he's Peter Parker, he has to save everybody from the Rhino, which he's not the Rhino yet. He's driving this big truck, and then Spider-Man pulls up on the side of him, and he's just telling jokes while the Rhino is running people over and killing them. So he's focusing more on telling jokes than saving people. And then I'm just like, that's not Spider-Man. Spider-Man had...
Spider-Man would have stopped things because of the history of Uncle Ben dying. He would have like saw the people like being scared and shit, and he would have immediately helped them instead of cracking jokes and stuff.
Yeah, and going back to the Spider-Man original, we had the great line from Uncle Ben saying, with great power
comes great responsibility. Did
Great-
you say small? It's with great power comes great responsibility.
I know that.
Why'd you say small?
I don't know.
You said with small power comes small responsibility. Dude, you're stupid.
You're stupid. And then I was like, great power comes great responsibility. And I thought Uncle Ben in that movie was really good.
Yeah, and I thought it was awesome how Sony implemented that line into Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which again you haven't seen, where Spider-Man was having a flashback, and then they implemented actually the voice from the original actor that played Uncle Ben from the original movie.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, sadly. they implemented his voice in when Spider-Man was having a flashback, and it said, "With great power comes great responsibility," and it was like an animated version of Uncle Ben, and they actually used like his voice from the line of the movie, and I thought that was a really awesome like tribute to him. Rest in peace.
Yeah, when I found out that the actor who played Uncle Ben actually died, that made it even sadder watching the movies. I was like, wow, that's really sad. But he will be known for being Uncle Ben, and that was like one of the best parts of the movie. And so yeah, that was us talking about Spider-Man. So what else do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Hey, you're here with me, so we
bro,
could.
it's your channel, bro. You got this, bro. I'm just here to talk.
Shit, hey, we should do this more often, though.
The house is so far.
Bitch, you live around the corner.
No, I live like in Africa, bro.
What? How about? All right, so do you think that? What do you think they're gonna do with the Avengers now?
Because I think Thor is gonna go back to Asgard.
Yes.
And since Tony Stark is dead,
Yeah.
Captain America's old.
Yeah.
I think Banner should either go back to the island in Ragnarok. I forgot what it's called.
I forgot. It's not called Ragnarok.
No, it's not called Ragnarok. It's fuck. All right, we'll just call it Ragnarok for now.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah. Alright, so I think
just
you
put it
should,
down in the comments. What is it called?
I think Bruce Banner will remember like him going there, and Valkyrie will want to go back.
Yeah.
And because that's like where she gets like a lot of money. So I feel like Valkyrie and Bruce will go back, and they will fight for the Grandmaster.
And then Ant-Man and Hawkeye are probably just gonna go back to their families.
I think Hawkeye and Ant-Man are.
Gonna go
Actually,
back to their
though, I
families.
think Ant-Man's gonna either go back to his family, or he's gonna get chased out because everyone thinks he's dead. So, because remember, I don't know if you saw him or Infinity War, have you?
Yeah, I've seen Infinity War. I haven't seen Endgame.
So Infinity War, he got snapped away, right? You were like, yeah. What'd you do? Alright, so in Endgame, right? So in Endgame, he comes back from what's it called? The thing. Damn it! I forgot what it's called. No, shut up. Shut up, Jimmy.
Shut up, Jerome.
No, that's you.
Alright, go ahead.
Alright, so when he comes back from what's it called?
Where the snap people have been?
Where he was the quantum realm.
Oh.
Yeah. So in Ant-Man and the Wasp, no, in Ant-Man, he gets sucked into the quantum realm, and then in Ant-Man and the Wasp, it takes place during it, right? No, after Infinity War. So that's why Ant-Man wasn't in Infinity War.
Hey, don't mind us. We're just trying to record a video here.
Alright, shut the fuck up, Jimmy.
You should fuck up, bitch.
Alright, so anyway, so I don't know if you guys saw Ant-Man, but in Ant-Man, he was stuck into the quantum realm, and then in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then during Infinity War, he was stuck in the quantum realm, and then after Infinity War and the beginning of Ant-Man and the Wasp, he finally came out of the quantum realm, but everyone thought that he was snapped away with everyone else, that Thanos snapped away.
Yeah.
So when he was walking around, he saw his own gravestone that said his name on it, being Scott
Lang.
Yeah. And then he like kind of freaked out,
shit.
and he went back to his house, and Cassie was like all grown up now.
Yeah.
And like his ex-girlfriend and like her boyfriend or husband or whatever they are.
Yeah, the
like,
cop.
Yeah. Yeah. So
the guy's such a dick.
Alright, so anyways, like so they went so I think because Scott spent so much time away from his family that he would have lost that connection they had with his daughter and stuff.
Yeah.
And since his daughter and his ex-wife and everyone, they thought that he was dead, I think they kind of moved on with their life and kind of forgot about him and pushed him like out of their lives.
Yeah.
So now that he's back, I feel like they lost that connection.
Yeah, they
so
don't want nothing to do with
I think they're gonna like invite him back, notice that he's like a complete stranger, and they're gonna ask him to like leave or something, or they're gonna try to respark their connection, and they're gonna live like a happy life.
Yeah.
But either way, I feel like Ant-Man, I'm like a two-sided story of either.
I'm headed towards the more of the they want nothing to do with him
Yeah.
thing, because if you remember in the Ant-Man movie, the whole thing is he was in jail and he missed a big part of his daughter's life.
Yeah.
And then towards the end he promises to be in their life again.
Yeah, and then once he goes inside the punch room, he gets stuck there, and he tries to re-enter their life. I feel like they'll say like, oh, like you already exited our life once for a long period of time. Why should we let you back in if you're just gonna leave again?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So like maybe I'm kind of leaning more towards the fact that either they're gonna kind of push him away because they don't know like anything about him anymore.
Yeah.
And then he's probably gonna like leave. Maybe he's gonna like continue to be Ant-Man, hopefully.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll get married to Hope. Because in Ant-Man the Wasp, him and Hope, they finally, they get back together.
Yeah.
And
Hope is the Wasp, right?
yeah, Hope is the Wasp.
It's been a while.
You haven't seen Ant-Man the Wasp?
No, I haven't seen it.
What is that, your dog?
Probably. No, I know she's the Wasp because they did the whole post-credit scene, and her dad shows her the Wasp costume, and she's like, it's about damn time.
Alright, so you want to know the story about that costume? So that costume was actually designed for Hank Pym's wife, who unfortunately passed during
on the mission.
on the mission, and she sacrificed herself to go to the quantum realm.
Yeah.
Which, if you haven't seen Ant-Man the Wasp, I'll give a big ass spoiler.
Go ahead.
They bring her back.
It's good.
Yeah, so since Scott was able to come back from the quantum realm, Hank thought like, oh my god, like he actually made it out, so there's a possible way for me to enter and then grab her and leave. So like Ant-Man and the Wasp is them trying to build it and get them there, but then the Ghost and Hank Pym's former partner as in his like lab partner, like a scientist, they were like so this particular scientist, he was fired, and Hank didn't share any of his information, and so he was like trying to like get the information, and he was trying to build it so that he could save, like I think it was like his adoptive daughter. It was a girl. Her role in the movie as Ghost, the one that like it was played around. This dude. And so like he wants to go into the quantum realm to kill Hank Pym's wife, so that energy from her and like all that will hopefully fix the Ghost. Alright, so anyway, so yeah, so like this whole story about the thing was, Hank Pym and Hank Pym's wife were trying to design a new suit, and Hank Pym knew that all along while they were designing it for their daughter Hope, and that's why the suit was given to Hope, is because it was originally intended for Hope, even though they were saying that it was intended for Hank Pym's wife.
So, I'm pretty sure you heard the rumors about the X-Men going into the MCU.
In like 10 years.
Yeah, which is, I feel like I like the X-Men movies. I watched the X-Men movies growing up.
Some X-Men movies. My favorite X-Men would have to be either Cyclops, Wolverine, or Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler's fucking awesome.
Yeah, but unfortunately they killed off
Quicksilver.
and Wolverine.
Yeah.
And
Logan.
Yeah.
And then Quicksilver in
hold on. While you think about that, I just want to say, for those who are like, oh, spoilers for Logan, I'm like, if a movie's 3 years old and you still haven't seen it, like, fuck you. Well, that's the end of the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and tell me if you want Felipe and more videos. I'm Jacob Savage, your Jacob Squad. Jacob Savage out. Peace!